Okay, so we have our scene lighted, we had our shadows set up. Now the last step is to use the post-processing or output post filters to further manipulate the scene. So at any point with your lights, if you needed to copy a light, you could just copy it like any other container. You click, hold down Control, click and drag it, and then it will copy the light. So I'm just going to copy the other area light just to give us some more effects to deal with. To turn the post-processing effects on, what we need to do is go into our scene, and again, we are in the version 4 rendering version, and within our lens effects drop down, we have a couple of options. We have a depth of field, we have a lens distortion, we have a bloom, and we have a tone mapping. So we're going to make these active or enabled for each one of these settings. We're going to come over into our scene editor window, and we have an icon button here in the middle that we need to turn on, and it says enable or disable the post-processing effects. So we're going to go ahead and enable that, and you can see how it changes the scene. So now we're going to open up a brand new window to Vizrt T4. So we're going to go into our workspaces, we're going to go into our list of available docs and open up this render graph. When we open it up, we get this window here, and notice it is a standalone window at the moment, but you can drag and dock this into any window that you want. Just follow the little quadrants here. Depending on what your workspace was set up as, it may appear somewhere else, so feel free to drag it out. We're going to go into the render scene option here, and you can see that anything with a blue bar, it will allow us to adjust. So you can come in and start adjusting each one of these options here within this render graph. If you want to navigate through this render graph, you can right click or hold down your right mouse button as you drag through here. So as mentioned, anything that will allow you to adjust it here, you can come in and play with these settings further. Here we have our bloom settings that we can adjust, and our depth of field settings. So as we come down here, you can see all the different settings that we can start to adjust here. And here's our tone mapping. So if we wanted to take that down and or lower our exposure here under the tone mapping, we could. We have a lot of options here to further manipulate this. There's also this depth of field tab as we tab over here in the render graph. And again, we have these options here with our blue handles that we come in and adjust to further manipulate the scene. Again, if you need to navigate around here, you can use your right mouse button. So depending how your scene is set up, get a lot of different results here. So here, as we adjust the focal length, you can see how it's affecting the shield and the back wall. So depending where your object is in relation to the back wall and or back plate and floor, you'll get a lot of different looks here. There are way too many settings in here just to go through each one, so I'm gonna let you set up your scene and then go through and play with each one of these settings to manipulate your scene the way you see fit.